So one of the questions I get asked a lot is Richmond a good place to invest in real estate? And I would say, yes, probably I'm a little biased because I love it here, but yes, it is. And there are a few reasons for that. I hadn't really thought about the first one until the other day when I was with clients who were from New Jersey, and they said, wow, your taxes are so low here that it probably makes sense to buy real estate as an investment. And I thought, ding, you're absolutely right. There are lots of areas of the country where the property taxes are so high that it pushes the rents beyond, what they would be reasonably able to rent for, and makes it just not a worthwhile endeavor. It just wouldn't be, it wouldn't make sense financially. But in our area, because the taxes are relatively low compared to a lot of other municipalities, you can actually buy a place with a mortgage and include those taxes and your insurance and still have a little bit of positive income every month from that rental. But there are a couple of things that, whether you're buying here or somewhere else, as a rental investment, that I think it's really good to think of. The first thing you want to think about is, A, what's your business plan? What's your business model that you want to use? Are you thinking to buy something and just have it pay for itself, and maybe you're buying it when your children are 5 and you're going to keep it until they graduate high school and that's going to be their college? So you're banking really on the equity and not really looking for a positive cash flow situation every month. So think about that and what that looks like for you. The next thing you really want to think about is, do you have a little bit of extra cash? Once you put the money down and do anything you need to do to get your rental up and running, do you have enough to cover any incidentals that might come along throughout the time that your renter is in there? Because remember, if you've got a tenant in place, you can't just say, I can't fix that right now. I'll wait until I have a little more cash. If the toilet is leaking or something's literally not working, they have no heat, for example, you can't kick that can down the road. You actually need a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of a safety net to cover those sorts of repairs. And you will have those sorts of repairs, guaranteed. Make sure, too, that you have a good application process in place, that you are vetting your tenants well so that you don't end up having to completely repaint, refinish, redo at the end of that lease term. So unfortunately, this is where I get a little emotional, is with things like allowing pets. Make sure that you know what you're in for if you do allow pets, because they will oftentimes damage the property. And while many don't, many do. So having that little extra buffer or pet fee is going to make a big difference in what you have to do to the house when those tenants leave. Finally, once you get it rented, you have a tenant in place, you're getting ready to sign that lease, get a security deposit and make sure your lease is very clear on what happens there, because inevitably the time that you don't have a security deposit is the time that somebody skips out on their rent the last month or does some damage that you are not prepared to cover when they move. So lots of things go into real estate investing, but it can be really lucrative, and people always need a place to rent. So everyone needs a home, so I definitely think there's a need for it. If you have any other questions about real estate investing in the Richmond area, I'd love to talk to you and help you determine if it's the right thing for you and how you'd like to proceed. Just give me a call, send me a message, and let's get talking.